Basilea is the first international project commissioned by Art Basel to take place in Messeplatz, the neurological center of the fair, to put in dialogue what was happening in Basel, what happens in Basel before and after the fair. Basilea incorporates two artists and an architectural collective.
Lara Almarcegui, Recetas Urbanas, Isabel Lewis. We're sitting here under the roof of the Recetas Urbanas structure.
Al final queremos hacer un auditorio para tener reuniones, conversar, beber cerveza, siempre con la metodología de trabajo en común, de ofrecer a la ciudad si querían participar de alguna manera.
They have brought their methodology of 20 years using the technique of architecture as a social inquiry.
We've been building since the 23rd of May.
Y bueno, al final han venido 55 personas voluntarias a trabajar con nosotros.
And then over the course of the building, past 3 weeks, the square slowly came to life.
We had done so we could engage in several conversations about what it means to be in a public space and what is our role as a citizens in our possibilities or our capacities to intervene in public space and public legislation. We have hosted a series of talks. We have offered the possibility to participate with us in several number of workshops. We have the kids orchestra Superar, which means overcoming in Spanish.
Esta estructura va a tener una función social. Al final el material irá a otro sitio, irá para construir un centro social, realmente un uso definitivo, no algo tan temporal. Moveremos toda esta estructura y construiremos otra cosa más.
Lara Almarcegui has two proposals for Basilea. The first one is called Gravel.
It consists on an installation in the square of the amount of gravel being produced in the quarry in Basel every day. We bring to the square 250 tons. That means that the first day, installing the work, we place a heap of 250 tons. The second day, another heap of 250 tons. The third day, etc.
And it gives us a sense, in a very almost threatening way, beautiful way, poetic way, of how much of nature we use in order to construct city.
Para traernos 250 toneladas de grava necesitan 10 viajes de camión.
They arrive 3 at a time, so while 3 trucks are strategically dumping their gravel from their trailers under Lara's direction, there's more trucks extracting gravel and on their way to the Messeplatz. It's an orchestration by Lara, collaboratively with the workers from the quarry.
Hubo un momento con la primera montaña en que nos impresionó el volumen y la escala de lo que estábamos haciendo, hasta pensar que era imposible, que no podíamos seguir así, cuando realmente se podía hacer perfectamente.
The second project that Lara has brought to Basilea is this guide, in which she explored quarries that are around Basel.
Y es un estudio de 10 terrenos que se utilizaron como canteras de grava y ahora mismo, en este momento, están abandonados. Y cada uno de los terrenos tiene una problemática en la que no está muy claro qué va a suceder en él. When I present a heap of gravel, I'm almost presenting the hollow area in the ground after the extraction of gravel, the daily hole produced in the ground, which is enormous. So there is a moment where the material seems to become like an experience.
Isabel Lewis have come with an incredible public choreography developed through a series of activations that had taken place in Messeplatz throughout the week.
We asked people to participate in a series of workshops
on what I call urban flourishing. So using the city of Basel as a site with its inhabitants, with its particularities, to create a program of activations for the Messeplatz. I wanted to get beyond the idea of just urban survival and into how can we actually flourish in our urban environment. Those included an urban iteration of Tai Chi, where we played Kendrick Lamar every morning. Slow walk, which is an old technique of meditation, but which I used as a way to actually open up to the urban environment. And parkour, because it's exactly a kind of practice that engages the full body deeply with urban space.
And she's also collaborated with Colin Hacklander, who's a Berlin-based musician, to do some musical elements and listening workshops as well.
This is a workshop based on listening, developing a sense of active listening, meaning attentive listening. We began listening very closely to all of the sounds on the Platz.
And becoming aware of the sounds of urban space as a kind of composition.
The second piece is called Stochastic Activation Basler Trommel.
To bring the sounds of Basel drumming to the square, to the emptiness of the square.
Performing the piece are different klikas based here in Basel. Now, a klika is a drum group. I think in Basel you have the most high-quality, non-professional drummers out of anywhere in the world. So they're a very strong part of the social fabric.
The sound travels in a very special way here, and through the drumming, one could hear this, the way that the hits on the drum would reverberate and vibrate all of the surrounding architecture.
Basilea exists because we want to call into question what our role is in public space. The aim of this project was to connect the people of Basel with the Messeplatz as an extension of the fair itself, and to reach out to people and communities that don't necessarily interact with Art Basel.
On the one hand, self-governance and self-construction as a way to use architecture as an inquiry to question our role as citizens. The way in which artists such as Isabel Lewis had transformed the rigidity of a space like Messeplatz into a scale that we actually can connect with, into a space of affection, but also to use Lara's beautiful and poetic gesture as a way to connect a radical protest against our imprint in nature in order to constitute and build the cities we live in. How we can create a better engagement with our role as citizens. I think that's the main purpose of Basilea, to create awareness of these practices beyond the time and place of the fair.